When it comes to showing your Texas pride, our next guest has it in the bag, literally. What it takes to go from a sketch to an actual luxury handbag. But first, there are designer bags with logos, and then there's classic luxury bags that are more personal, not mass-produced. Designs from luxury handbag designer Beth are seen on runways and fashion icons. Beth joins us to share how she got started and what it takes to go from sketch to reality with Elizabeth Perpich Designs. Good morning.
Good morning.
So many times when we see handbags, especially when we have something that's like custom made or just, or a local designer or not a mass-produced bag, we forget there's a name behind that.
Right.
And you are the name. All right, but back up for a second and talk about who you are. You grew up playing basketball.
Yes, I was a basketball player and I'm wearing flats right now.
Yeah, right. Okay, you played basketball at Auburn. Your mom was on Auburn's first women's team, 1975.
Yes. So basketball is big in my family. So we were, I'm a second generation Auburn women's basketball.
Yeah, and you actually played professionally in Australia. So that kind of speaks into your work ethic, if you will. How did bags become part of something that you love to do?
Bags were always so interesting to me just because I was always carrying things when I was playing basketball. So I had duffels and overnights and all that kind of stuff. But
and they're not cute.
And they're not cute. And everybody has to wear the same thing, and they're all, it's just not cute. But I was always fascinated by accessories.
Yeah. You decided to make your own bags.
Yes.
You have an MBA in strategy and marketing, so that helped on the other side of the business. You got help from your grandma, so it's kind of runs your DNA.
Yeah, she was an artist, and she did ceramics and painting and acrylics and oils and all that. And I just always grew up around that, and she would design her own clothes. And I just thought that was so fascinating.
Yeah, all right. So that fascination came out in you. We see some of your stuff right here. It didn't start out fascinating. There's a little trial and error, but just kind of take us through what it takes to, I love this. This is like a, this is a little pattern right here,
It's very glamorous.
Yeah, right. So you start out with something like a that was what it was right there. But yeah. See, you're also very practical.
Yes. Oh, definitely. Well, I mean, why reinvent something and why spend $10 when you can just get it for?
Yeah, right. And you get it out of the trash right there. Right. So you have a lesson of if at first it doesn't succeed, try again.
Exactly. So everything I've done is trial and error. So I'm not formally trained, but everything is self-taught, and I've had mentors throughout the years. So everything, though, is trial and error.
Yeah. So then you have people who will bring you the hides, because obviously I know one of the people who wears your Longhorn collection, the Longhorn bag. She's a big UT fan.
Yes, I've got this UT fan, but also L'Oreal Sarkeesian. She is my brand ambassador. She's the wife of the UT football coach. Yeah. And she is just amazing.
Yeah. So to make that bag, you have to find the hides and things.
Right.
And so those are sourced and then come to you?
They are, and I have different places from around the world that I source from. So I've established relationships with all these different places in Italy and anywhere, and they send them to me, and I see swatches and samples, and then I choose from that.
Yeah, all right. You make all kinds of bags, as we mentioned, but here's the Longhorn bag that we're talking about, and look at that, really cool. So there you go. That's your Texas collection. So you can apply that to Longhorn UT if you want to, or just make it Texas, or just make it cool if you want to. But game day luxuries become really big. We have our red and black over here, so there's all kinds of bags that you make for people who are elevating their game day wear,
right?
All the alumni events and all, or just great goods. You have a wedding clutch collection?
I do. The weddings are really fun, and what's been happening in brides will take the bridesmaids bag, which I actually designed for my bridesmaids at my wedding. And they will use that as their gift. You know how the brides give the gifts, and so those are really popular. And the brides will use them the bridesmaids will use them during the wedding.
That's cool. You recently found some material that your grandma had.
Yes.
That's so cool.
And this vintage material that was sitting next to her sewing machine, and it was things that she was going to do something with. Like she was going to make dresses or some sort of pattern of something. And I thought, I'm going to take that and make something with it, give it some life. And so I made this collection called the Alva collection, which is her name. And I put it out there and just kind of gave it life.
Yeah, and what's so cool about this is that what you show is that bags are an extension of our personality, kind of like cars are for some people, right? But
Yeah.
bags are an extension of our personality. It's an accessory, it's something useful, because where else would you put your kids' Legos when they say, here, take my Legos, right? And then everybody else's billfolds and stuff. But it's also a piece of art, and that's
Yes.
what you've made it, is a piece of art by making it not mass produced, and people can come in and custom design something using some of their own pieces if they want to.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Or something completely from the ground up that you can do for them. I'm going to wrap up with your best piece of advice for entrepreneurs. As you mentioned, you're self-taught and you know it's trial and error until you got it perfectly down. But your best advice for entrepreneurs?
I like to say keep persisting. Persistence is the key. When you hear the word no, pretend you didn't hear it, and keep going. And if you don't like something, try something new.
Yeah.
But keep going. It's persistence.
All right, Beth, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, for more information on Beth Perpich or her handbags, visit greatdayhouston.com and we'll connect you. Well, he's rubbed elbows with some of the best known celebrities, from Ella Fitzgerald to Sonny and Cher, and now Beyonce.